All right, welcome to the first ride on the Teverun Fighter Mini Pro. I'm gonna jump right on here. I actually have not ridden this scooter at all. This is legitimately my first ride. I did ride it over to my starting point in like the European limited mode, so it only went up to like 15 miles an hour. So I'm in sport mode, dual motor, the limit's off as far as I can tell, so this should be my first pull. So let's give it a whirl here. Nice. Oh, let's go. So this has the Bosch motors, which I'm pretty sure are the same brand that a lot of electric cars use. And they are silent and they are extremely torquey. Holy moly. That first initial pull doesn't grab you super hard, but once it's going, man, it just pulls and it does not let up. That is so nice. This supposedly has a top speed of 40 miles an hour. Awful drivers. Cursed day today with drivers, man. Cursed day all the time in Las Vegas with drivers. It's like the perfect mix of all the surrounding states smushed into one state. Woo! Really aggressive. Oh, that was really aggressive electronic braking. Did you hear that front motor? Is it supposed to be like this? Oh, that front. I'm getting front motor resistance. I can feel like the front motor. Is that the front motor or is that the front brake? No, that's okay now. That was weird. Like on the first time I braked, that front motor decided that it was gonna keep engaging the electronic braking well after I stopped. Let's see. That seems okay. Huh. That was weird. Hopefully that was just a one-time thing. I've been having bad luck with scooters lately. But yeah, it's a speedy guy. So let's take this up for a nice ride. Uphill, shouldn't have any problems here. Go wind up through, there's a path up here that I want to take us up through Summerlin in Las Vegas here. I mean, on paper I already really like this scooter, but just so far, I'm loving this thing. This is exactly what I was hoping it would be. I'm just gonna go through here since there's no cross traffic. It is super smooth. It pulls really powerfully, but it doesn't pull aggressively. It doesn't feel jerky. It just has a super strong pull. It's honestly unlike really any other scooter I've experienced. I've never had it pull so aggressively, but also not feel aggressive, if that makes sense. I picked a bad time to ride because this is rush hour and people are not going to be in good moods here. It seemed like that front motor thing was just a one-time thing, but that was weird. That front motor, you could feel the resistance of that front motor even after it came to a stop. But it hasn't done it at all since then. This does look like it has a park mode. I jumped into the app a little bit before this, mostly just trying to figure out how to take that speed limit off, but I didn't see anywhere that said anything about the park mode, which is a little unfortunate. I mean, I think as long as I'm holding one of these brakes, I should be fine. which you probably should be doing at a light anyway, but I still don't like park mode. I still don't think that it's necessary, and at the very least should be something you can toggle on and off. Thanks. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the scooter. You've seen that it it pulls like crazy. It's extremely comfortable. I haven't done anything to the suspension yet, but it is adjustable suspension. And so I should be able to dial in the rebound. But I mean, out of the box, it's pretty good, other than the electronic braking being a little aggressive. I really, really like this scooter already. I think the design is fantastic. And I recently reviewed the Blade, oh gosh, what's it called? The Teverun Blade Mini Ultra is the other Teverun scooter I just reviewed. And I really liked that one. I thought it was pretty good value for the money, but the tubes tires were kind of a hang up for me from keeping me from giving it like a super strong recommendation. However, this thing has tubeless tires, and I think Voro Motors has this scooter right now for like $1,550, so like $200 more than the Blade Mini Ultra, which, again, fantastic scooter, but I mean, the acceleration and speed of this thing, just the pure performance of it, and the suspension and everything is definitely on a whole different tier. When I first looked at this scooter, I was like, this seems like the perfect scooter on paper. It falls into a perfect price category. It has it checks all the boxes of features that I care about in my scooters. Little rabbit. Careful, don't run back in. Don't run back in. There we go. And it seems to be living up to everything I hoped for it. I don't like these grips though. They are locking grips, but they're leather. They've got like this weird bubble, which I guess is kind of cool, but they're kind of slick. I have some grip on these gloves, but the part that doesn't have any grip on it, really slippery. I definitely would have preferred some sort of like rubber or polyurethane type grips. But they also, I think Teverun is kind of, I shouldn't say shooting themselves in the foot, but I'll use it here. They're kind of shooting themselves in the foot with the term mini, because neither the Blade Mini Ultra nor this is very mini. It's a slightly more compact scooter. It's not like a big, meaty, full-size electric scooter, but it's still a sporty scooter. There's still plenty of space. Handlebars are good width. I don't feel particularly cramped. Obviously, it's not the biggest riding platform I've ever experienced, but I have plenty of space. I'm seriously liking this scooter so far. As long as that front motor doesn't end up having any sort of future issues. I genuinely think that was just like a first run weird little thing. I just switched it into the non-European mode, and that was the first time I had braked from speed on it. So I'm hoping that that was just a one-off incident. Gotta be really careful with people pulling out here. Because aside from that, this might be the best scooter of the year. And I know I've only been riding it for 5 minutes, but having ridden as many scooters as I have over the years, it's really easy to tell when a scooter is going to be good. You know, it's gotten to the point now where I can almost push a scooter or step on the scooter and go, okay, yeah, this is a good scooter. And this is a seriously good scooter. it's kind of flown under the radar, I feel like. I haven't heard anything about this scooter. I didn't even really know it existed. I'm not sure if Teverun's kind of shifting their lineup. I've heard of their Teverun Fighter, whatever the other one's called, the 720S or whatever the other set of digits and letters is. And I knew they had that one, but I did not know about this one. And at its current price, feels like a steal. I mean, this is giving me like Cabo Mantis King GT vibes. This is giving me a little bit like Nami Klima vibes. It doesn't have quite as much travel. It doesn't have that same insanely plush and comfortable suspension as the Klima, but the suspension is still really, really good. Like I said, probably the best comparison would be the Cabo Wolf King GT, which is a fantastic scooter and really only gets overshadowed in my head by the Cabo, or by the Nami Klima, which is, you know, a near perfect scooter. But this is coming in nearly $500 less than those scooters. So to be able to get that kind of experience for so much less, this is a very, very compelling scooter so far. I do want to dial back that electronic braking just a little bit. Once again, though, another aggressive brake that didn't cause that same front brake issue, so. Like I was saying about the Bosch motors, I think they are the brand that a lot of the top electric cars use. Thanks. I think their big selling point is obviously, you know, reliability and then the sound. These things have been completely silent. Let's see, I'm not gonna cross here until I get a green light. The one time you go on a red hand is the time that there's something going on that you're not aware of and you get run over. But not only that, but the motors look really cool. They've got red accents on them that match the red accents of the scooter itself. The scooter's got this whole carbon fiber aesthetic going on, which is fantastic. I absolutely love the way this scooter looks. It really is a kind of a stealthy fighter jet look to it. Teverun has absolutely knocked the quality and the design on their recent scooters out of the park. They look fantastic. They feel fantastic to get on. They're made with quality parts, all while still having really competitive prices, or in some cases better prices than the competition. Okay, I'm just gonna go here. I pressed the button, but it didn't give me a green. Didn't give me green. Let's see. Gotta love Summerlin going full anti-pedestrian mode with not a single bike lane or place to walk if you're a pedestrian. Yep, I should have known. Should have known, man. The driving today, the drivers have been some of the worst I've ever experienced ever in my life, and so I'm just like on edge with the way people are driving. I just do not trust anyone to see me, to respect me, to do anything. It's why so many times I find myself getting on the sidewalks here, because I just do not trust cars here. As bad as like California drivers are, they had so many dedicated bike lanes and separated areas to ride that like you could feel safe, even though, you know, California drivers are absolutely horrendous as well. But I feel like the worst California drivers had made their way here to Las Vegas. And then you have like the mixture of bad California driving plus like people who have lived in Las Vegas their whole life who have never experienced like serious traffic. And now it kind of feels like Vegas has gotten like a serious uptick in traffic. Like there's routes that I've driven here that growing up, I remember going like, oh, I've never seen this much traffic on this highway or on this road or whatever. So I think it's like a mixture of the frustration of there suddenly being a bunch of extra traffic with how many people are moving here, and also just like bad drivers from every state surrounding this one coming over. But that's just a theory, a scooter theory. Let's see, don't really have anyone on this road. I probably should stay on the sidewalk. I don't have a dedicated lane. Without a lane, you want to kind of position yourself in the lane in a way where people can see you. I still don't love it, but I feel like I have enough experience where emergency braking and that type of stuff shouldn't be too much of a concern if I need to do it. Oh, I'm back to the same roundabout. Okay, so don't go right. Yeah, you can see there that that electronic braking is just kind of engaging a little more powerfully than I would have liked. I mean, there's no way you can't dial it down. I just didn't see any settings for acceleration and braking in the app, and I couldn't find a way to get into the P settings. I tried every standard combo and didn't get anything. So the thing about these handlebar grips is that they do have these end caps for the turn signals. I think they're fairly easy to take off. I do think you can. Let's see, I need to go around the roundabout all the way. I think the end caps are possible to take off. Hopefully it's just an easy little plug that you can disconnect for the wiring, and then you can slide these off. But I definitely wish they would have gone for something with a little bit more grip. But honestly, at this point, I'm just getting nitpicky because I am enjoying the crap out of this scooter. And there's just only a couple little small things that I feel like would make it more enjoyable. As you've seen this whole ride, it's nice and stable at speed. The suspension is doing a good job. I'm not getting much, if any, front wheel like shake or wobble, so they've done a good job of balancing the tires from the factory. I have a very, very good opinion of this scooter so far. We'll have to see how the range is, but that'll have to be a different video. I'll record my range test here. But they should be enough to start putting my thoughts together about it. Doing a little bit deeper dive into the components and that kind of stuff, and see how the suspension feels with just a little bit of adjustment. See if I can turn down this regen braking. And then obviously keep an eye out for if that front motor starts acting up again. The size of this thing also makes it really easy to control, to handle, and I do like, one of the biggest things I did like about the Klima was that it's always been, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Most proficient BMW driver. Let's see, I lost my train of thought. Oh, I like that, like, I think scooters are, in most cases, should still be relatively portable. I think that, hello, you're in the bike lane. And so I think you should be able to, like, still be able to fold up your scooter and stick it in the back of your car. but that's just because that's something I do a lot. You know, not everyone's going to need to pack up their scooter, but I feel like most North American riders do like to take their scooter to other places and aren't using it exclusively for commuting. There have been situations where like I feel like I barely ever fold up a scooter because it just sits in my garage and then I jump on it and, you know, go run an errand. But I do that a lot less in Vegas. As you've seen, it's a lot less pedestrian friendly, and so I just kind of have to use my car more. But when I lived in Utah, I mean, I didn't even have a car because of how easy it was to go do everything on a scooter, and also obviously, you know, to save the money. Excuse me. Thanks, sorry about that. But yeah, I'll kind of wrap up this ride here. I mean, fantastic scooter. Very, very strong first impressions. This is very much leading. I mean, so I'm working on my best of 2025 right now, and I'm trying to pick kind of an overall scooter that was the best scooter that I tried this year, and this automatically jumps up towards the top. As I test it more and get a more concrete opinion on it, we'll see if that ends up being the case, but I freaking love this thing. I think this is a fantastic scooter. $1,500 is ridiculous for this thing. I mean, I've always been a huge, I've always said that like acceleration is way more important than top speed, and you still get a really good top speed. 40 miles an hour is fast. Have you seen? You don't really need to go much faster than that. There's not really any good reason to do that especially when you're just riding around town. But the acceleration is absolutely incredible, and that's what is the most useful, you know? Getting from block to block, from stop sign to stop sign, you're gonna cut down on your commute time the most. I mean, to a certain point, once you know, increase acceleration. But anyway, we're just about back to where we started. So thank you for riding along with me. Sorry if my thoughts were a little all over the place on this one, and I haven't filmed anything else today, so I haven't quite warmed up my brain. So it took a little second to get into the swing of things, but I hope you enjoyed this scooter, and look out for the full review of it over on the main channel. If you're here because you found this video and you recommend it and you're not sure who I am, my main channel is RK9 Rides. I post all my reviews and all my more structured and scripted content over there. This is kind of a channel just for the people who enjoy these rides and want to see my thought process as I test these scooters, and maybe things like range tests and any other extra content that comes to mind. So if you want to see the full review, jump over to RK9 Rides. It's down in the description. Thanks for riding along with me, and I will see you in the next one.